Okay, we're at chapter 18. "Come on in, Mom," said Chris, trying to hold back as much surprise as she could. "What are you doing out so early?" Her mom came in and sat down. Two tall but slender boxes on the floor. Liz Milton moved toward her daughter, and they grabbed each other with their hands in the upper arms and fake kisses by brushing each side of their cheeks, one against the other. "How's Rodeo Drive?" I thought. "I could be asking the same of you," questioned Liz. "Oh, I didn't realize you had company." "Mom, this is Bill Allen and Gloria James from Connecticut," said Chris. "They've come out to see me all the way from Connecticut." "Well, that's nice," answered Liz half-heartedly. "Where's Doug?" "Well, he's off to work already. Some important meeting or something," said Chris. "Why didn't you tell me you were coming out to see Doug, and you could have made the trip for me?" asked her mom. "I hate getting up this early." "You are a very handsome couple," compliments Miss Milton. "Have you been married long?" We're not married, Mrs. Milton. Just very close friends," I add. "Chris, you should have called me," said Chris's mom, still upset at having to get up so early. "I didn't know until yesterday," said Chris. "Bill and Gloria came to talk to me about John." "What about John? Is he all right?" asked Miss Milton. Yes, ma'am, he's fine. I play with John on the Monarch team in Connecticut," I add. "Oh, another ball player," she adds. "I'll bet you're a good one too, aren't you?" "Yes," chirped in Gloria right away. "He is, and he's really made some difference on the team already. They are already 3-0, said Gloria, beaming. "Well, that's nice," said Miss Milton. "I've never been one much for sports. Too sweaty, I think. Too barbaric for me." "Mother, listen. This whole thing with John has just been a big mistake." "I should have believed him," stated Chris. "Bill and Gloria came to tell me about the phone calls and the letters. They were all lies about John, just to get back at him for that college prank thing with his sister Cheryl. He was telling me the truth all the time. He's not going out with that Beth girl at all." "You're kidding," said Liz Milton, with a real tone of amazement in her voice. "Well, I'd have to admit it. I believed it all along myself. I guess I wasn't being very fair either. I wanted Chris to marry some lawyer, not some traveling ball player. Although some of them do make quite a good money, don't they?" asked Liz. "Yes, ma'am, we can," I add. "But you can't think about the money while you're playing. That'll make you crazy. You just need to play, and the money will take care of itself." "Well, I guess that makes sense," says Liz. "How long are you out here for?" "Well, we need to get back to the airport before our flight, as I have a game tonight," I add. "You came all the way out here for this for a little more than one day, just for Chris and John's sake?" Liz said, quite amazed. "Well, I am impressed." "Well, thanks," said Gloria, knowing that Chris had just saved her a ton of embarrassment by not spilling the beans. "It was important for this to be done and fixed. We were glad to do it, weren't we, Bill?" "Yes, we were," I added with a big smile. "Well, what are your plans now?" asked Liz. "Well, we need a ride to the airport, and I guess Chris needs to make some plans to come out to Connecticut as soon as she can, I guess." "Don't you think, Chris? Can you give us a lift?" "I wish I could come today," she said with great excitement. "Mom, could you watch the baby for me?" "Sure I could," offers Liz Milton. "But I have a better idea if I can convince Gloria." "Well, what's that, Mrs. Milton?" asked Gloria with great curiosity. "Gloria, why don't you stay out here for a couple of days and we can do some girl stuff together?" "Have you ever been to California before?" Liz asks. "No," said Gloria, wondering what she was about to get into. "Chris, why don't you fly back with Bill, and I'll be happy to buy Gloria a ticket and send her back on, say, Friday?" She turns to Gloria. "I'll take you downtown and show you where all the upper crust shops are, and I know some swell eating places. You can stay out at our house. It'll be fun. What do you say?" She asks if this is the plan of the century. "Would you be willing to do that thing for me, Gloria?" asked Chris. "It would really mean a lot to me." "Well, yes, why not?" said Gloria, knowing that at least she could do for all the trouble she has caused. "It would be fun to stay out here for a couple of days." "Gloria, thank you," said Chris, and she was over and they embraced warmly. "Thank you so much. I hope we can be great friends." "Me too," replied Gloria. "Me too." "Well, that's settled," said Miss Milton. "Move those lamp boxes over to the plants over there, will you, Bill?" she asked. "Doug can deal with them when he gets home. Now you two go get your things, as we have some stuff to go to. And Chris, you and Bill have a plane to catch." With that, Gloria and I go fetch our things. I reach into my wallet and take out 10 $100 bills and give them to Gloria. She is shocked and refuses them at first. I remind her that she might just need some money traveling with Mrs. Rockefeller, and that I did not feel right leaving her here with little or no money. And besides, I said it really is a bribe to make sure that she comes back to Connecticut. She kisses me warmly and puts the money in her purse. "Bill, thanks," said Gloria warmly. "I do love you, you know, and not just for the money." She heads out with Liz and puts her bags in the trunk, as Chris grabs mine and we throw him in the back seat of her Saab. I go over to Gloria and give her a warm, tender kiss, reminding her to have a nice vacation. I told her to take advantage of her good fortune, but I expected to see her Friday or Saturday at the latest. She agreed and kisses me again. "Have fun at the Lawlers and have a great rest of the week," she adds. "Tell Dave Bolton thanks for me, will you?" she asks. "No problem," I reply, "and I'll see you soon." With that, Chris checks Doug's front door to make sure it's locked, and we follow Liz Martin's Mercedes down the drive and out on the road. We can see she and Gloria are just chatting away. Chris said that Mom would have Gloria knowing where all the stars lived and show her the time of her life. "I just might not see Gloria again," she kidded. That I assured her that would not be funny, but I think she knew that already. Chris said they would probably end up back here at Doug's place for a part one of these days to help him decorate. Liz seems to think that most men are decorator challenged. I think most are, I thought. Chris called the university and told someone about her plans and asked them to reschedule her events through Friday. They seemingly agreed as she hung up quickly. This whole trip was turning out better than I could have hoped. We still had a big hurdle with John, but how could he ever be mad over this turn of events? I thought to myself that I would be glad when today was over, and I know Gloria and I are finally in the clear. I would know by the time of tonight's game started, that was for sure. Chris called Doug on his cell phone and told him of the remarkable change in plans. She also let him know about the lamps Mom had just brought out to the house and how all had wended well with her, surprisingly. He was very surprised as well. He said he would try and make sure Mom didn't drive Gloria totally crazy. I was worried about the look Dove gave Gloria at the airport. Who needs these complications and worries, I thought. Don't let these people know I've got a ball game to win. Really important stuff, really. The ride to the airport was one of the most excruciating trips I had known. Just when Gloria and I had come to an understanding of our true feelings about each other, we were separated. I was a little disappointed, to say the least, even though that I know it was for a good cause. If I had been driving, I probably would have chased Gloria and Liz down and called the whole thing off. I think it's a good thing I was a passenger. "Bill, are you all right?" asked Chris. "It's you and Gloria, isn't it?" "It's okay," I reply, in a somewhat dejected tone. "It's just that, well, we've just begun being totally honest with each other. With all the Lawler baggage that has come with this relationship, I guess we were doing quite well for knowing each other for less than a couple of weeks." Getting Gloria to come here was a big step for her, I add. I hope you know that. It was important for you and John, and just as important for Gloria, to make this right and own up to her terrible mistake. Bill, do you want to go get her, Chris offers. I can turn this Swedish machine on and we can catch them if you want. No, Chris, I offer emphatically. That's not necessary. This is going to be your day and John's day. It's important for this to be done now. I'll see Gloria on Friday or Saturday. I'm fine. Chris was quiet for a moment. I can't imagine all the things going on in her head. John, the baby, her mom and dad, school. This had to be tough on her too, but a very exciting time as well to put their lives all back together. Bill, I do love John very much, she stated. I never really stopped loving him. Not seeing him seemed like the right thing to do, but it still hurt. The baby is his too, you know. I jumped back into school so fast, mostly just to fill my time and try and help me forget about it. How could I? Baseball kept him captive, so there was not much that he could do about coming out here to see me either. Maybe he just thought it was so futile, coming out here after I talked to him about divorce and everything. I don't know. I wish I knew how he was going to react when he sees the two of us when we get back, I ask. I know he has no clue what Gloria and I have been up to. He might have been very mad at me for sticking my nose in his business. Bill, the worst thing that can happen is that he can tell me to catch the next plane back to California, said Chris as a point of fact. If he did, we wouldn't be any worse off than we are now. Really, I don't see that happening. He was really hurt by what I did and by what Gloria did. I still think he loves me and wants to be part of our lives, me and the baby. It would be worse to sit here and wonder what if. We arrived at the airport with little time to spare and rushed through the terminal to our gate. We had just 10 minutes to spare. This was cutting it way too close. I hope we make it. That was all that mattered. And we did. As we sat in our seats, I called the Lauders back home to check in before we took off. Hello, said the voice at the other end. It was Mary. Mary, this is Bill. I'm calling from California. Billy, what are you doing in California? With great surprise in her voice. You've got a game tonight, you know. Bill, what's going on? I'll fill you in when I get back. Is Dave there by any chance? Why, yes, he is. He and Becky are sitting right here at the kitchen table having breakfast. Oh, I forgot it was 9 a.m. there. Can I talk to Dave, Mary, I ask. She agrees and hands him the phone. Dave answers. Billy, you better get back here on time. Is everything okay? Everything is great. I have Chris Tabby with me right now, and she is flying back with me on Gloria's ticket. So far, so good. Is Ben still on to pick us up at LaGuardia, I ask? Yes, I talked to him already. I'll call him again when we're done just to reconfirm that you're still on time. This was nice for him to give me a little something for his trouble. Too bad he lost most of it in the card game to me. I told him not to do that, I said laughingly. You guys. Listen, I've got to go as we were about to taxi out for our takeoff. Find out where John is going to be about 5 or 6 tonight so we can drop this bomb on him when we get back, okay? No problem, says Dave. See you soon. With that, we both hang up. Chris asks if everything is okay, and I assure her it is. I apologize for Chris being so tired after spending the night at Doug's recliner listening to music. She understands and tells me to sleep as much as I need. She brought the nicest leather attaché I'd ever seen and began looking at some papers she brought with her. I felt relaxed and relieved at how all this had worked out. As we got airborne, I fell fast asleep and didn't wake up until we were about an hour and a half from New York City. I slept through the meal and everything. The flight attendant came back when she saw I was awake and asked me if I would like anything now. I thanked her and I said that would be very nice, as I was starving. Chris just smiled. She went back to her papers. We had about 3 hours until D-Day.